Hello again, welcome to my video. Today we will be talking about another accounting concept. As you know, we are studying accounting principles, and in accounting principles there are accounting concepts and some accounting conventions. Today I will be talking about another accounting concept. So I'll be talking here about the going concern concept of accounting today. Let me explain it by the help of an example, by a real life example. Are you a traveler? Do you like traveling? There are many people who occasionally travel in order to do something for the business purpose, either for meeting their friends and family abroad, or they travel locally. But there are some passionate travelers as well. The travelers who are the tourists, to whom we call the tourists. Suppose there is a tourist whose aim is to travel around the world, and he wants to complete his world tour in his lifespan. So, what would be the scenario here regarding their luggage? Of course, if you travel occasionally, there would be a different case with your luggage packaging and everything, and you would be, let's say, an impulsive buyer and or an impulsive consumer. But if any person who travels in the world from country to country, there would be the different scenario for him regarding his travel packaging and everything, and he would be packing his things sensibly and practically. And there would be, he must be buying some travel size personal stuff, like some toiletries, travel size shampoos, creams, toothpaste, everything. And he would be to the some extent minimalist, but the traveling would be like a going or continuing process to him. The same is the case with the going concern concept of the business. In the going concern concept, there are two words. One is going and the other one is concern. What do you mean by going? Going means, in Urdu we can say it jana, going, to go. So going here means continuing. Continuing, and concern is any business affair or any occupation. So the going concern means a continuing business affair, attention to which is to continue it forever. So this is the basic concept of the going concern concept. Like a regular tourist in business, the going concern concept would say that the business will be the continuing, ever continuing entity. If you start a business, then you assume that it will continue for the time unlimited, unless there is any necessity or any cause to close it or to wind it up. So you assume when you start a business that there is no need to close it up, there is no need to wind it up. So this is the going concern concept. On the basis of this concept, there are many accounting entries, or there are many principles in the accounting which we assume on the basis of this concept. Firstly, I will talk about the fixed assets. Recording of the fixed asset. Let's say, first of all, recording. How would we record our fixed assets according to the going concern concept? As you know, there is a market value of every asset, and there is a cost value, and there is a book value to which we call the book value, or we can also call it a going concern value. So, according to this concept, the going concern concept, we will take into consideration the book value or the going concern value, regardless of the market value. As you know, in the business, the market plays an important and impulsive roles in making decisions, or in making decisions regarding investing something and regarding finances. Regardless of it, in the business concern, when we talk about the fixed asset, according to the going concern concept, we would record our fixed assets on the book value or the going concern value rather than its market value. Why is it so? Because, and what is this value? How can we calculate this value? This value would be the cost minus depreciation of the assets, and it will be the book value or going concern value. I'm sorry, I forgot to write the word concern here. So this value is up after depreciation, and when we record our fixed assets in the balance sheet, they would be on diminishing balance method. So this is for the balance sheet recording of the fixed asset diminishing balance method. What is this method? This method is of course the cost minus depreciation of any fixed asset, and we would record our assets on diminishing balance method in the balance sheet. This is the one aspect of this going concern concept. Let me rub it off. Secondly, what we do with the fixed assets, the second aspect of fixed assets is recording the fixed assets as per their useful life. This is also under the head of going concern concept. For example, if we buy a machinery, let's say there is a machinery of worth 100,000 rupees. We buy the machinery for future use in our business concern. We need to assume some useful life for this machinery. In the going concern concept of the business, let's say it will have useful life of 10 years. We would divide the cost of the machinery, price of the machinery, with its useful life. That is 10 years. So it would be 10,000 per year. This is 10,000 per year, the depreciation value. And what we will do after the passage of time span of 1 year, or after passage of one accounting period, we would minus or subtract this 10,000 from this 100,000 rupees, and the remaining would be the book value of the machinery on the next accounting period. So this is according to the straight line depreciation method. Of course, I would be discussing the other depreciation methods in upcoming lectures. So this will be the depreciation value of the machinery. And the useful life, this is on the basis of the useful life of the machinery and not on the basis of market value of the machinery. So we would say that the going concern concept takes into consideration the aspect of useful life of any fixed asset as well. So let's take into consideration another impact of this going concern concept in our accounting. This going concern concept will also give the concept of capital and revenue expenses. How is it so? Capital expenses are the expenses that we incur in acquiring our fixed assets, the benefit of whom left for more than one accounting period. And the revenue expenses or the revenue expenditures are those expenses the benefit of whom remains within one accounting period and the benefit of whom exhausts within one accounting period, let's say. So there is another word with regard to the revenue expenses. One is revenue expenditure. The other is revenue expense. And there comes the deferred revenue expense. Deferred revenue expense. What's the difference between these three? Of course, we would be studying it in detail in the next upcoming chapter. But for clearing the concept of going concern, I would tell you today the revenue expenditure. Expenditure means बड़ा खर्चा. In Urdu, you could say बड़ा एक अगर आप कोई खर्चा करते हैं बिजनेस में, बिजनेस के डे टू डे अफेयर्स चलाने के लिए या कुछ भी इस तरह की चीज के लिए एक आप बड़ा खर्चा करते हैं, that would be expenditure. And if we incur any expense, the exhausting period of that would be for 1 year, that is revenue expense. And then there comes deferred revenue expenses. Deferred revenue expenses, the expense, let's say अगर आपने एक marketing business की marketing के लिए on the first day of any accounting period, if you incur any expense for the purpose of marketing of your business, and the benefit of that exhausts in the middle of next accounting period. So you can say that this is the deferred revenue expenses for the 6 months, for the period of 6 months, and in the next accounting period, the 6 months, for the months of 6 months, this would be called the deferred revenue expenses in the closing balance, while closing the balance sheet or while closing the final accounts in the last accounting period. So the going concern concepts also give us the distinction between capital revenue expenses and also between revenue expenditure, revenue expenses, and deferred revenue expenses. And now there comes another aspect of this going concern concept. Another example of going concern concept in the business. This is regarding the liability. The going concern concept of business assumes that on the maturity, all the liabilities will be paid in the business. Let's say when all the liabilities are matured in the upcoming years, they would be paid in the business. Let's say if अगर आपने एक लोन लिया है किसी से, या एक बैंक लोन है आपका, या कोई आपका क्रेडिटर है, उसने आपने उस पे से उधार पर कुछ चीजें ली हैं, गुड्स ली हैं, तो क्या होगा? अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस गोइंग कंसर्न कॉन्सेप्ट हम उसको अपना लॉस शो नहीं कर देंगे फाइनल अकाउंट्स के अंदर, रादर we will not minus it from our capital, but treating it our loss that we haven't yet paid these expenses. It would not work like that. We would assume that we would pay the liabilities on their maturity. So this was the going concern concept. All these accounting examples. There is another example from the day-to-day life from the household. We could say that we buy the grocery for our kitchen. हम अपने किचन के लिए ग्रोसरी बाय करते हैं, और अगर हम अपना एक बजट बनाते हैं, विद बजट रहते हुए हम किचन के लिए, घर के किचन के लिए ग्रोसरी बाय करते हैं, और समटाइम्स जो है वो हम ज़्यादा कुछ चीज़ बाय कर लेते हैं अपने किचन के लिए. लेट्स से अगर आपने राइस लिए हैं, राइस अगर आपने जो है वो एक मंथ के लेने के बजाय 2-3 मंथ के, या कुछ फैमिलीज में कुछ जगहों पर ये होता है कि लोग मतलब 1 साल के लिए वो चीज़ बाय कर लेते हैं, तो वो क्या होगा? वो भी जो है वो गोइंग कंसर्न कॉन्सेप्ट वाला हिसाब होगा घर में, द गोइंग हाउस होल्ड कॉन्सेप्ट वी कुड से, ऑफ कोर्स, बिकॉज यू वुड अज्यूम दैट कि किचन आपका जो है वो ये वाला एक्सपेंडिचर आपका थ्रू आउट द लाइफ चलता रहेगा, और जो है वो यहाँ पर आप देयर वुड बी नो एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑन योर बिहाफ के ये जो है वो कभी आपने इसको राइस खाना छोड़ देना है, या अगर वो आपकी खुराक है, रूटीन का आपके फूड का हिस्सा है, if that's the essential part of your cuisine, of course you would not, left it, or you can't live without that. So this was the going concern concept in the business. So जब भी आप कोई बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हैं, उसमें सबसे पहले ये assumption नहीं होनी चाहिए कि 2-4 दिन करके हमने इसको छोड़ देना है. Socially, this concept would also imply that there should be the strong backup, and there should be the strong planning and the management behind every business you are going to start, and you would keep it continue for the years to come, and you would keep it continue. It would keep going from years to years, and there would be no necessary or need to wind it up. That's all for this going concern concept.